My name is Gary Lanham. I'm a broker associate realtor with Coldwell Banker at the Fort Lauderdale Beach office. And I like to talk about the customers I meet with and the prospects that I meet with because hopefully the public will learn something from what I go through with my experience. I recently had a second meeting with a property owner in North Andrews Gardens. I'd been there about 4 months ago, and I was asked to go there by the cousin who is a realtor and an appraiser living in Orlando. I went to the property and I could see that the seller needed some help. She's a widow. She's a hoarder. There was not a square inch on the floor that wasn't occupied by some kind of debris, and it was difficult to walk through the house. She called me up and said, my cousin's going to be in town. He wants to meet you, and I'd like for you to come and do another presentation and talk about price. I was delighted to go. I remember the house very, very well. I remembered the cousin's name even because we had had a pretty intimate conversation because I was worried about his cousin who was a hoarder. So I got to the house, and in fact, the house looked a whole lot better. There was a pathway you could go from room to room. There was a lot of debris, and there was a problem with cat smells in the property, but it was something that I knew I could sell. In real estate, we use the concept of substitution to look at what would sell at a certain price point, and does this house match that price point and those amenities? So I started my presentation with a property that was listed and sold at $495. In my mind, I start at the high point and I go down to the low, and then I give a range for my customers to select from because I don't set the price, the seller does. So I went over this property at $495, and it would have been totally redone, impact glass, new roof, porcelain tile planks, flooring, quartz countertops. And I said, this is that house, same size. Your house is not the same. Let's go to the next closed sale. So I could see that he was kind of concerned because he hadn't opened up his fancy booklet that I had prepared. And in fact, he stood up and he goes, Gary, I feel like you're very diligent and that you know what you're doing. He goes, but I'm not going to sell for less than $495. And I said, well, why do you need a realtor? He goes, I need a realtor to manage the paperwork. I said, well, what is the price that you think this property is worth? And he gave me that price, and I said, you know what? I can't support that price, even on a good day, in a sunny day, and no wind. So I acknowledged his concern, and I wished him the best, because in this market, you never know, but I spend real marketing dollars. We do videos, we do professional photography, we do open houses, and we place ads in New York City, and it's cost us money. I'm not interested in taking a listing that's overpriced by that significant amount of money. We maybe push the envelope sometimes, but it's simply not worth it to me because a real estate transaction should have a little pain on both sides, pain from the seller and pain from the buyer. And I just didn't feel that was an appropriate balance at this point. I got up, I excused myself. I was grateful for the opportunity because I understand better what appraisers and realtors from Orlando area think about our market. And they think it's out of control. And in many ways it is, but it's not gone crazy. My name is Gary Lanham. If you need help evaluating the price of your home and you want to range, give me a call. I'm at 954-695-6518. Thank you.